Hey y'all, Melissa here with you today, and today we're going to be talking about 3 different ways to add graphics to your plain t-shirts. I'll discuss them in terms of pros and cons and how you do them. So the first method to print a t-shirt is using freezer paper, and you'll also need textile medium and acrylic paint for this one, as well as an X-Acto knife. So the way you do this is you print or draw a design on freezer paper and you use an X-Acto knife to cut it out. Then you iron the freezer paper onto your t-shirt with the wax side down. The wax on the freezer paper will hold the paper to your fabric so that it can act like a stencil. Then you mix your acrylic paint with textile medium to make it soft and washable, and you apply that to the stencil, peel the stencil off, let your design dry, and you have a printed t-shirt. Now, the pros to this method are it's incredibly cheap. You just need the supplies that I showed you in front of me. You can probably get all of this for less than $20. And then the learning curve is pretty easy too. Another advantage is that depending on your design, this is repeatable. You pull off the wax paper and you can iron it back onto another shirt, and you can make a couple of these. Or you can cut several stencils at once by stacking your wax paper and cutting through it. And then you'll be able to make several t-shirts from each paper and have backups in case it rips. The cons for this method is precision. You can't make a design that is more complicated than what you yourself can cut out with an X-Acto knife on the paper. If you have a Cricut machine, there are ways to bind the freezer paper to other things and cut it out and then use that, and you can be a little more precise with the cutting in those cases, but that's a whole other expense, and it helps us segue into the second method for adding graphics to your t-shirt. The second method of adding graphics to your t-shirts is using a cutting machine. So I personally have a Cricut, and I have done another video. You can search on this channel for a video all about this machine and how I use it. But you basically use a cutting machine and you use heat transfer vinyl to make a decal that you iron on to your shirt. Now, the pros to this method is a pretty easy learning curve, even with having to figure out the software and stuff. This isn't super difficult to figure out, and then the machine's doing all the cutting. So it's very precise. That's another pro for this. You can make pretty detailed designs as long as you don't mind weeding them off the vinyl, and it will still work. The cons for this method. The heat can be a little finicky in terms of precision. So it says that you can iron with a home iron, but it's hard to tell exactly what the temperature is on home irons. I ended up started doing enough of these that I bought myself an easy press machine, which is a little heavier. It covers a larger area, so you don't have to press the decal in multiple steps with a smaller iron. And it has the temperature settings on it, so I can see what temperature and for how long that I'm pressing a design. If you don't get the heat pressing quite right, designs can peel back off. So that is a little finicky. Another big con to this method is the cost of the equipment. This is not cheap to buy, even just this part of the equipment. And the iron-on vinyl, though you can find it in places like Amazon for less than you find it at the craft store, it is also not cheap. Another con to this method is that it is time consuming for even one shirt, but it's really time consuming if you want to make multiples of the same design. Now this will cut precisely the same design multiple times. That's not the issue. The issue is you have to wait for every one of those designs to get cut out, and then you have to weed the extra vinyl off of every one of those designs and then iron it on. It is much more time consuming than pulling off a freezer stencil, ironing it to your t-shirt, and re-stenciling with some paint. Lastly, another con is sometimes, especially on really stretchy t-shirts, this is not the most washable of these methods. It's actually the least washable, I think, of all the methods. So if you dry it on too high heat too many times, it can mess with the adhesive that is sticking the vinyl onto your shirt. Also, if the t-shirt stretches and the vinyl doesn't, it can rip, especially in thin areas of the design, and that's not desirable. So I like to use this for one-off customized t-shirt things for myself. And then I have the Cricut because I use it for other non-sewing things. And that makes it worthwhile for me to use it for the t-shirts, but I don't know that this is the best method for t-shirt design. And then the third method to add graphics to your t-shirt is to screen print it. Most of the t-shirts you buy in stores are screen printed, and they have machines that automate parts of this process. However, you can buy a kit like this one, and you can screen print yourself. And basically what you're doing is you'll print or trace onto a transparency a design with lines, and then you coat the screen with a UV reactive photo emulsion. So the emulsion hardens up when it's exposed to UV light, and the parts that are not exposed, because they have that black lines of the drawing on it, those will wash right back out. They'll stay liquid. The pros to this method: it washes well. As you've seen with your own t-shirts, the screen printed stuff on it isn't like peeling off like the vinyl can sometimes do, and it can be washed over and over and over, and the design just starts maybe to fade, but it's still there. Another pro to this is that it's repeatable. As long as you have this screen in here, you can just keep applying ink, putting the design on a new shirt, and going ahead and pulling your ink across a new t-shirt. That's why t-shirt shops use this method, because it's easy to make multiple copies of the same thing using the same screen. Another pro for this is that it's very precise. If you get a screen, you can get almost photo quality in the precision of what you're doing. If you have little bitty letters that are hard to cut even on like a Cricut machine because it's hard to weed the vinyl out, that will work fine on photo emulsion. You can get all of those teeny little details. The equipment for this is another pro. Even buying this stuff is cheaper than buying the whole Cricut machine and doing all the cutting like that. This kit can be bought for like $60 to $75. Has everything you need in it to make a t-shirt. The big con to this is that it's got a huge tricky learning curve, especially when you're doing it by hand and you're not automating things. The first part of the learning curve that is difficult is learning how to coat your screen with just enough of the photo emulsion and not too much. If you don't have enough photo emulsion, there will be areas on your screen that aren't filled, and the ink will bleed through in places you didn't want it. If you put too much photo emulsion, it won't cure correctly, so then you have like mushy spots and you can't print anything because you'll end up staining your shirt with photo emulsion instead. One of the ways to get around that is to buy these. These are called speed screens, and what it is pre-coated photo emulsion on a screen. Now, these are more expensive than what comes in the kit. These do not come in the kit, so this is a different extra expense. Other tricky thing is, in addition to figuring out how much photo emulsion to put on the screen, you have to expose it correctly. So you can buy an additional UV light and then do the calculations for exactly how much time to expose this in a black box that you either buy or build, or you can take your screen like in a black trash bag out into the sunlight and use the sunlight UV to expose it. Of course, the sunlight, you don't know exactly how much UV is coming on any given day. The weather changes, the amount of sunlight changes, the tilt of the Earth's axis means you're closer or further away to the sun at different times of year. So all of those things are a little trickier to account for and can result in your emulsion not exposing correctly, and then it doesn't wash out correctly. If it overexposes, then it won't wash out, and if it underexposes, then areas of the design that you didn't want to wash out will wash out. So that part is tricky. That is the biggest thing about all this, and it can get expensive to do this because of trying to account for those things. Like, it's really easy to ruin a screen, and then you have to wash it out and start all over to do, to get your screen correct. This was my second try on this design. I used another one first that I had overexposed and it didn't wash out correctly. So those are 3 ways to add graphics to your t-shirts. Hopefully that discussion of pros and cons was helpful so that you can figure out which method is best for what you want to do. And check out this playlist for more ideas of how to sew up those t-shirts so that you can then add the graphics to them.